the Economic and Environment Program for Southeast Asia project, titled Designing a Raw Water Fee Scheme for Groundwater Abstraction in CDO, falls within the sphere of action research, rigorous research coupled with policy advocacy. This Eepsea project was extremely successful in engaging the different groups of stakeholders, national as well as local government agencies, non-government organizations, the business sector and the CDO households. The project succeeded in getting the active participation of the National Water Resources Board.
I wrote a letter to the NWRB Director, Mr. Alcala. He responded to me promptly and reported.
After a series of meetings with the officer in charge and technical staff of the Policy and Program Division, NWRB committed to collaborate in this research project in 4 ways. 1. To provide access to all NWRB data on groundwater and deep wells in CDO and other NWRB materials. 2. To spearhead the registration of groundwater pump owners in CDO with the assistance of our ADMU research team and the CDO city government. 3. To help in conducting consultation meetings with CDO government officials. And 4. To assist in consultation meetings and public hearings with pump owners. This Eepsea project likewise succeeded in pushing both the executive and legislative branches of the CDO local government to start acting on the issue of groundwater depletion. Dr. Tan met with the mayor of CDO. After the meeting, the mayor issued a letter of endorsement for the proposed action research project.
That same trip in Cagaya de Oro, the Social Action Center of the Archdiocese of the city organized a forum for me to present data on groundwater use in the city and the concept of raw water pricing. The forum was attended by media personalities and 3 news articles were written about the forum. These articles caught the attention of the CDO councilors.
The head of the City Council's Committee on Public Works moved for the City Council's endorsement of the proposed groundwater metering and pricing study, and on September 1st, the City Council adopted a resolution favorably endorsing the past study and the proposed action research project to ensure the sustainability of water resources in CDO.
In July 2010, the collaboration of the CDO local government in this action research project became official. The City Planning and Development Office, under the leadership of Mrs. Estrella Sagaral, together with our research team, planned and organized an inventory of deep wells and a consultation meeting with deep well owners.
Increasing use of water is an inevitable consequence of a fast-growing economy such as that of Cagayan de Oro. As the economy grows, the population grows, the demand for water increases.
The active involvement of the City Council immediately followed. A plan for the formulation and passage of an ordinance to institute the raw groundwater pricing scheme was made during a meeting with the City Council's Environment Committee Chair and Public Utilities Committee Chair. The 2 councilors agreed to jointly sponsor the ordinance at the City Council.
NWRB and our Ateneo research team assisted the councilors in drafting the ordinance. We also provided them with the necessary studies and supporting data and documents for
The first public hearing on the ordinance was held on December 20, 2010, with research team members Dr. Tan and Engineer Tat serving as resource persons. After the first public hearing, new CDO City Mayor Emano made the following press statement: even if the city's groundwater resources is not within the critical limit, the city government must institute measures to preserve it to avoid future problems. The survey of deep well owners revealed the preference of deep well owners for a multi-sectoral body to collect the raw water fee and disperse the proceeds of the fee for watershed protection activities. This turned out to be in agreement with the view of the City Council Environment Committee Chair, who considered it best for a non-government multi-sectoral body to administer the raw water pricing scheme for collection efficiency reasons. Thus, it was initially thought that the creation of the multi-sectoral implementing body had to be included in the raw groundwater pricing ordinance, and so was it done in the very first draft of the ordinance.
When the first draft of the ordinance was being circulated among the officials of NWRD, and the first public hearing was being planned by the city councilors, we heard about the plan to create a Cagayan de Oro River Basin Management Council. This, we immediately thought, could take on the role of the multi-sectoral implementation body for the ground.
The CDO River Basin Management Council was created during a multi-sectoral dialogue workshop held in November 2010, with Archbishop Ledesma and Mr. Dichoso designated as co-chairs of the council.
I was at the workshop as an observer. I immediately approached then DNR Director Dichoso and told him about our raw groundwater pricing project. He made our proposal one of the 3 agenda for the first meeting of the council held in December 2010.
This action research project engaged heavily in public awareness raising campaign through public fora and news media. The public fora were organized with the collaboration of the Social Action Center of the Archdiocese of CDO. The first forum was held on June 30, 2009. There were about 80 participants in the forum coming from the local and national government agencies, academe, research institutions, and environment NGOs. Business groups, such as the Oro Chamber of Business and Commerce, divisions and departments of the Archdiocese, and other NGOs. 3 articles citing data and recommendations presented at the forum came out in the local papers: Mindanao Gold Star Daily, July 1, 2009, Sunstar CDO, July 6, 2009, and Business Mirror, July 7, 2009. The second public forum was held on July 21, 2010. It was organized by the Archdiocese Social Action Center in partnership with Xavier University's Research and Social Outreach Cluster. The opening remarks was given by Archbishop Ledesma, an influential figure in CDO. An article by Louise Dumas narrated how NWRB and the ADMI research team clarified the role of raw water pricing in promoting efficient utilization of groundwater and generating revenue for watershed protection. Like in the first, this second forum was well attended by different groups of stakeholders. A number of news articles followed. A 20-minute video presentation was also prepared as a public information campaign tool for the raw groundwater pricing scheme. The video featured key personalities in CDO such as
in the patterns of weather and climate in a warmer world. I think it is only wise to protect our groundwater resources.
Water is also used very much in the sacramental liturgy of the church because it symbolizes life itself. It's the source of life and it sustains life. So
if we cannot ensure a sustainable source of water in the city of Cagayan de Oro, the economic growth of Cagayan de Oro City will be.
Then it was decided to use river water, to infiltrate river water in the dunes, to keep the water level on the same level.
Several consultation meetings with groundwater extractors were held.
Of course, awareness and information campaign with groundwater extractors was most critical. We also had a meeting with the Board of Directors and Management Officers of the Cagayan de Oro Water District. COWD is the single largest extractor of groundwater in the city. And in principle, COWD must be covered by the raw.
The project results continue to be of use in water-related policy advocacy in CDO, most particularly in the Payment for Environmental Services program currently implemented by the now fully functioning CDO River Basin Management Council. The Eepsea study continues to provide the underlying basis and justification for the contribution that may be potentially collected from different economic sectors and social groups benefiting from the CDO River Basin ecosystem services.
Commissioned by Xavier University Mackayo Marine Center on behalf of the Cagayan de Oro River Basin Management Council to conduct a study on the total economic value of the flow of ecosystem services from the Cagayan de Oro River Basin. In this research project, I am validating and updating my Eepsea estimates to come up.
This ongoing voluntary PES program and its planned expansion to cover all water users in CDO are the realization of the recommendations of the Eepsea Action Research Project in 2011. This Eepsea research was presented at the 9th Symposium on Southeast Asian Water Environment, held at Emerald Hotel, Bangkok, Thailand in December 2011. At the 12th Global Conference on Environmental Taxation, Institute of Fiscal Studies, Madrid, Spain in October 2011. And at the Singapore Economic Review Conference, Mandarin Orchard Hotel, Singapore, August 2011. Most recently, Dr. Tan was invited to share her CDO water pricing research at the World Water Week. Findings from the research also came out in 3 publications.
And I think it was very clear in the study that the situation of water supply in the slopes of Mount Italat is getting precarious, meaning the time is near the demand for water would meet the volume of supply that can be generated from Mount Italat. And this is enough to scale them, so such that on the second day, the flooding session, was able to generate something like 43.8 million pesos in cash and in cash.
Ang saya ng feeling. Apparently, Director Dichoso already forgot meeting me during the establishment and planning stage of the Cagayan de Oro River Basin Management Council. I really didn't care that he already forgot how I looked and that I was at council meetings making the presentations myself. What is important to me is that they got the message of our study and that they were able to use it to raise a big sum of money for watershed rehabilitation. That is an impact.